All right, everybody, it's wedding time again. So, before I get into telling you about this project, I'm going to ask you to do all of the things. You know what they are. All right, so let's talk about my update for something old, something new, something gifted, something blue. This is the project that started from a conversation between Misty and Jessica Lee. Misty says Jessica created it for her. Jessica said when they were talking about it, the wedding rhyme popped into her head. So it kind of became, I, I don't know whose project it is. It's both of theirs, in my opinion. Anyway, this started on January 24th. It's a rolling style project with monthly updates, but no end date. I am still running behind and catching up. With this project, I always do weird wedding trivia, so you will be getting that from me today too. Now, the hashtag here is hashtag old new gifted blue. Basically, it is no sign up, no spreadsheet, no end date, 4 products, an old one, a new one, a gifted, and that can be gift with purchase, and something with blue somehow. That's all it is. These do not have to be something you can complete in a month. That's my weird quirk, is that I tend to try and rotate through these things more quickly. And I don't think anybody else does that. The other person that I know of for sure that is consistently or pretty consistently doing this on Facebook is Andrea from Pretty as a Peacock. So you're going to have Jessica, Misty, and Andrea all listed down below, as well as all of the articles that I reference where I get my information. Everything is in the description box. There are oodles of people doing this on Instagram. So if you just use that same hashtag, you'll find everybody. I do not have a list of those people. Misty might? I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, let's talk about what we had last month. So for my old, I had an old Mary Kay toner. And this was, okay, you guys, this stuff is really old. At one point, they had 3 different skincare systems. There was for dry skin, normal combination, and then oily skin. Dry being one. That's what I have. So my mom had found some of these, and now I have all kinds of them. I have a few more bottles this size. I have a regular line bottle, and I also have a partial demo bottle. I'm the only one who uses it, and she doesn't really actively sell. She just gets stuff for herself or for me, so I'm working my way through these things. Finish that off. That is going to go in the empties. And because of how the timing is going to work on this, you're probably going to not see these until the October empties, just because I'm trying to coordinate still with leaving, and I don't know when you're even going to see this video. All right, so for my new product, I had brought in one of my new MAC lipsticks that I got on Lipstick Day. And this one is, it's a Love Me lipstick in Daddy's Girl. That's what it is. It's got the pretty metallic. Now, if you saw my videos, you will know that I got 4 new lipsticks that day. Well, probably got more than that, but I got 4 that day in particular. And so I threw this one in for 4 uses, and that means 4 days of use. And I did meet my goal on that. So this is a rollout, and it's just a lovely pink. I like my pinks. Despite the bright red, I do like my pinks. Okay, then on my gifted item, I went with gift with purchase. I did one of the Juliet Has a Gun, and this is just one of the little samples. This one is in Magnolia Bliss. This is a 0.057 ounce, 17 milliliter, and this is nice. I really enjoy this one. I think I have another, maybe, hopefully, but I do like it, so at least that one's on my radar. Not that I need perfume, because I don't. Not at all. But, for future reference. All right, then my blue item, I brought in an old Bath and Body Works aromatherapy one. This is the sleep one in lavender chamomile, and this is a body mist. I use this as a pillow spray. These things have been discontinued for I don't even know how long. I lost my start line. Okay, I don't even know if I had a start line. Originally, this was a 4-ounce bottle. I don't know where I was, but anyway, it's gone. It's empty. So all of that stuff, except for the lipstick, is going to go into the empties. And like I said, I think you're probably going to get those in October. Now, this month, what we're talking about for trivia is the ring bearer. No, I don't know why that came to mind, but it did. I didn't have one in my wedding, but for some reason I started thinking about different people in the wedding, and I thought, oh, ring bearers. Why do we have ring bearers? So I looked to get some information for y'all. So let's talk about what a ring bearer is, or the parameters of being a ring bearer. Essentially, it is usually going to be a friend or a relative. So it can be a friend of somebody, it can be the child of somebody that's in the bridal party. It can be a relative of either the bride or the groom. It is generally a male between the ages of 3 to 10, traditionally. That is not the case anymore, but in the US, that has kind of been the tradition. And because you're dealing with smaller children, there's 2 ways that this can be done. One is you can get a really fancy pillow, which that's what they carry as a fancy pillow, and you can tie the rings to it in case it gets dropped or whatever. You don't have rings rolling all over the place. Or you can do symbolic rings and still have the best man hold the rings, which is not uncommon either if you don't have a ring bearer, because you don't have to. Usually the best man has them, or the best man and maid or matron of honor will have the ring. Now, what the purpose of this is, why you would have a ring bearer, is because they symbolize innocence and a new future, which I thought was kind of cool. Now, today, it does not have to even be a boy. Pets are becoming exceptionally common as far as being a part of the wedding party, which is cute. You can actually have a girl. That's fine too. But whomever or whatever this person or animal is, it's not even a person anymore. You can use an animal. So that's making it harder for me to get the appropriate speech here. They can walk down with the flower girl or a junior bridesmaid holding the hand of one of the attendants, generally on the bride's side, because they usually, and this isn't hard and fast either, but usually, because if it's going to be a boy, they'll have them walk down like with the maid of honor or one of the other bridesmaids. It's kind of the idea of the escorting thing. But you can make your own rules. It really doesn't matter. So because this is something that's not in every wedding, and because it's something that it's a little bit obscure in some ways, I wanted to look into it and see where this came from. So for what I was finding for history, this can date back to 3 different periods. It ties back to the ancient Egypt, where jewels were carried on ceremonial pillows for events, especially weddings. And they did that in part of the procession, but that was usually an adult. So I'm not sure if nobody's sure if this is where it goes back to, but these are some possibilities. The next one is the medieval era. Now, from this time frame, they weren't ring bearers. The person that was in the wedding in this capacity was technically a page boy. And the page boy carried the bride's train, because they usually had really, really long trains back then. And on the other hand, they had a prayer book. At that time period, the rings were often presented on the tip of a sword. So that was done by an adult. But a page boy is what it was part of the wedding party for that time period. Now, this morphed a lot in the Victorian era, and it became really popular because they started having all of these fine garments, and they were becoming more and more common to have nicer garments in that era. And it was a cuteness factor, okay? There's really no other way to say it. So the ring bearer or page boy in the Victorian era usually had the really cute little velvet suit coat with short trousers, and then some kind of a foofy, fancy shirt with a big bow. And so that's why because it was so cute, that's kind of why it stayed in popularity. Now, the difference between the page boy and the ring bearer literally is the page boy does not carry rings. They say that you can still have someone who's a page boy and they can now do that, but that's even losing popularity in the UK, and that's a very UK thing. We didn't really have that in the US. It's more common now in the UK to have a ring bearer. And the difference between page boy and ring bearer, a ring bearer bears rings. That's pretty much it. The page boy actually had the prayer book and carried the train. The reason that you're finding, for the most part, if you are still using children with this, if they are under the age of 10, is because of the boy in the name. Now, ring bearer, you can fudge. And you can have them much younger, too. Usually someone will have to carry them at that point. But the age isn't hard and fast. They said in the articles that I found that usually boys over the age of 10 didn't necessarily like having that title because it was a boy and it insulted their maturity, apparently. Fussy, fussy. So that is the difference between a page boy, a ring bearer, and why you might have one. Short and sweet on this one. Not a lot to it. So let's talk about what I am going to be bringing in. And I am cheating. I am telling you right now, like I said, I don't know when you're seeing this, but I'm planning on traveling, as you all know and you've heard in every video. So what I have decided to bring in for my old is a Versace Bright Crystal. Yep, that little bitty sample right there. This one is my small one. This is 1 milliliter. It's 0.03 ounces. I know I like Bright Crystal. I've used it before, but this one's been sitting around and I need to blow through it. For my new one, I am bringing in Smuggler's Angel Nova sample. And this came from the Macy's Beauty Box. This one is 1.2 milliliters, 0.04 ounces. For my gifted, I have got a replica fragrance. This one is Autumn Vibes. So now is the perfect time to use it, I figure. This is also 1.2, 0.04. It is just another sampler. Now this one says the description is woody trail and red leaves. Hopefully I like that. I'm not sure if I will. But then for blue, I'm bringing in the other one from the Macy's Beauty Box. This is Smuggler's Angel as opposed to Angel Nova. Same size. A, I finish them quickly, and B, I can travel with them very easily. So yeah, I'm cheating, but I still got you your trivia. I should be able to have all of these done by the time I do get around to my next update. And that's all I got for you. So until next time, see ya. Bye.